Lights, camera, action, baby, strike a pose. Phones and cameras out, just watch it all unfold. We're the stars of the show, ain't no need for filters. Living life through the lens, capturing our thrills. Put away your phones and cameras, let the good times roll. Our content creators got it all under control. From weddings to events, parties, travel and brands, we're living the paparazzi life. It's all in our hands. Lights, camera, action, we're ready to go.
Lights, camera, action. Let's start the show. This is your wedding series, and I'm here with a little bit of advice to help your story unfold. As you guys can see, we are in a winter wonderland this morning, and I just wanted to try something a little different today for today's conversation, our little chat, our little hangout. So this is episode 15 of your wedding series, and this is going to be very focused on the groom-to-be, very focused on the boyfriend at this point. Not yet the fiancé, but the boyfriend. So this is going to be talking about you having that real serious talk with your parents saying, hey, I'm about to propose to her, and basically waiting to hear what they have to say. Here's some questions that they might ask you even though they're your parents, right? Even though they're your mom and dad, hopefully you've had like your dad in your life who can like be kind of like this, like just he's been a mentor, right? Hopefully, episodes 1 through 14 have really, really helped you here on my advice and my little column, my little advice column. Hopefully he is able to instill like some wisdom into you here that like it's like very real. Like it's different than like dating for marriage and then getting to this point where it's like, okay, I'm ready to propose. I'm ready to propose marriage to her. So you're going to be listening to what do they have to say? What does your mom and dad specifically have to say? Now, if you don't have parents in your life, then you want to go at least talk to like your grandparents. If you don't have grandparents in your life, then you want to go ahead and talk to like someone at your church, okay? Don't just go into this just like, okay, I am not going to talk to anybody. I'm just going to just do it, okay? I don't suggest that. So here's some questions that they might ask you along the way, and for you to like be prepared for if they do ask you these questions, okay? One of the main questions that they might ask you is, are you sure? Even though they've known you your entire life, or for, if it's not your parents, they've known you for like a long time, and they just want to be sure that you're sure, right? They want to make sure that you know what you're getting yourself into. Are you sure about this? They might have some concerns. They know you very well, right? They know you very well. They know your personality very well. And so they may not think that you're ready. They may not think that you're ready. And are you prepared with how they are going to respond in that way? Like telling you that like, no, like, I don't think you're ready for this. Like, you may think that you're ready, but you're not. And so yeah, just kind of being prepared for if they throw that at you. And, them saying, like, are you ready? Are you prepared with a yes? Like, you've thought about this. You guys have gone to counseling, mentorship. You talked about, like, the mental toll that it does take on you with, like, planning a wedding, and, like, you talked about some marriage challenges and things like that. Those things were definitely, like, talked about in my other episodes, my previous episodes. So hopefully you guys sat down as a couple and did talk about those things, especially if you could talk about them with a mentor and with, like, a couple that's, like, mentoring you together as well. Okay? So hopefully you are doing that. Hopefully you did do that. And so, yeah, what else could they potentially... Oh, yes, they know about your finances, right? They know probably better than your soon-to-be fiance, better than your fiance. I mean, better than her, because, like, as your parents, like, they be getting all into our business. So, like, they know that, like, you have this debt or you have that, and, like, they're going to be curious, like, have you talked about that with her? And for you to be able to give an answer as to, like, yes, I have. These are things that we have discussed and we have been open about. The next question they might ask you is about children and how do you expect to, like, raise them and things like that, and financially take care of them, things being so expensive, just questions like that they might bring up. And so they might also ask you, like, well, are you sure, like, she's okay with living, and then insert whatever that might be. Hopefully at this point you and your father did already start preparing for a house for when you get married, or somewhere that you are okay with renting and that you have the finances to start that renting process. Okay. So yeah, there could be, like, literally, like, the sky's the limit. There could be, like, all kinds of things that they ask you leading up to, like, okay, you want to marry her? Great. Well, how do you plan to do that? They may ask you a burning question of, well, is her family going to pay for the wedding? Like, is her father prepared to pay for the wedding? They might ask you that question, and you may not know the answer to that just yet, because your next step is talking to her father and asking for her hand in marriage. And so we're going to discuss more of that and open more of that on the next episode. But as far as you taking this huge step and at least letting your parents know, hey, I'm about to propose to her, and then just waiting for their response. You're not really asking for their permission to go and propose to her. You are just taking the time out to say, hey, I love you guys enough, I respect you enough that I'm telling you first. I'm telling you before I even ask her. I'm telling you before I even ask her parents for her hand. I just love you guys so much, and I just want to, like, basically, like, this is an important step that you don't want to leave out. And I think that a lot of men do leave it out because they're like, well, I've already made up my mind. Like, why do I even need to tell my parents first? And so I think that, like, you don't want to skip this. You don't want to skip this. Now, if you are watching this video and you are definitely, like, a groom-to-be, or you were a groom at some point, I really want to hear from you. Sorry, ladies, not on this video. I don't want to hear from you on this video. But I really want to hear from specifically the groom's perspective or the groom-to-be's perspective on how do you feel about talking to your parents first before you go and ask for her hand in marriage? Or how do you feel about, like, how did that conversation go when you did go to your parents and talk to them? So, twofolds. One, what do you think about doing that? And two, how did it go when you did it? Okay? If you did it. And so if you didn't do it, I want to hear a perspective as to why you didn't do it, why it wasn't an important step to do first before you asked for her hand in marriage. And so, yeah, I want to hear from you guys. And if you want to be on my little platform here and you want me to interview you and you want to tell your love story, you want to talk about this whole marriage thing, this whole wedding process stuff, please just send me an email, yourcontentcreator@yahoo.com. I will see y'all in the next episode. Bye, lovebirds!
Lights, camera, action, baby, strike a pose. Phones and cameras out, just watch it all unfold. We're the stars of the show, ain't no need for filters. Living life through the lens, capturing our thrills. Put away your phones and cameras, let the good times roll. Our content creators got it all under control.